From not being known by anyone just a year ago to now being tagged as the greatest Fortnite player of all time, this is the story of Pollo. He started his journey by uploading his match highlights to YouTube at the end of 2021. No one ever knew that this kid would soon dominate Fortnite competitive like no one ever had. Miguel Pollo Moreno was born on May 8, 2008 in Mexico. He got into gaming at a very young age, and once Fortnite came out in 2017, when he was just 9 years old, Pollo started playing the game in Chapter 1 Season 4. Though not much is known about Pollo's postal and early life, as he's kind of an introvert and not much into sharing his life on social media, he never initially wanted to be a pro player. However, he soon realized that he's far better at Fortnite than other players during casual matches. But everyone knows it's not easy to reach the top and earn the title of a so-called Fortnite pro without facing a lot of obstacles along the way. Pollo's first major obstacle was an obvious one. He started playing the game at just 9 years old, far below the eligible age for competitive Fortnite. According to Epic Games rules, a player must be at least 13 years old to participate in tournaments. This meant that Pollo had to wait until 2021 before he could officially compete. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your perspective, Pollo didn't let that stop him. In 2019, when he was just 11 years old, he participated in Share the Love event. Despite his young age, Pollo managed to get a respectable placement, especially considering it's his very first tournament. Luckily for him, he didn't place high enough to draw Epic's attention. As if they had discovered that he was breaking the age policy, Pollo could have been permanently banned from all competitive events. But Pollo decided to ignore the risk and keep grinding in competitive matches. However, for a while, he couldn't break into the top 500 rankings. Things started to change on August 8, 2020, when Pollo earned his first prize money in Fortnite during the FNCA solo qualifiers. In Chapter 2, Season 3, he placed 77th and 11th in ranking, taking home $300. This milestone was a result of a year of relentless grinding. The very next day on August 9, 2020, Pollo placed 23rd, earning another $200. Thanks to his consistency in these two qualifiers, he advanced to the NA West Grand Finals on August 16, 2020. To make it any further in the tournament, he needed to place within the top 25. Unfortunately, after all 6 games in the Grand Finals, Pollo finished in 53rd place, earning $400. While this was a solid performance and a great achievement, Pollo wasn't fully satisfied. Deep down, he knew that he is capable of much more and set his sights on improving in the tournament to come. Overall, this was a great season for Pollo because he had just made more than $1,000 in just one season. After that, he started grinding consistently again, putting everything else aside to focus entirely on Fortnite. Pollo knew that Fortnite wasn't just about solo tournaments, so he began searching for teammates to compete in team events. While looking for teammates, he found out 2 players named Amped and Puppets, and Pollo decided to join them. The team showed promise. They had good communication and strategies, but it still wasn't enough to break into the top 10, especially when it mattered the most during the heats. This caused them to miss out the grand finals. However, to be fair, this was only their first season together, so they decided to stick together despite the underwhelming performance. Pollo's next earning came during the Frosty Frenzy event on December 12, 2020, where he placed 31st and earned $400. However, after that, things started to go downhill for Pollo. Despite the setback, he remained determined and continued pushing forward. That resilience carried him through the next few seasons, even though he didn't see much of success in major tournaments. During this period, not everything was bad for Pollo, as he managed to get a few solid placements in solo cash cups, finishing 11th and 6th, earning a combine of total of $450. By this point, Pollo had earned over $1,500 for competitive Fortnite, all while being just 12 years old. His next earning came in November 2021, where he placed 6th in a solo cash cup, earning an additional $250. Now Pollo was gearing up for the final tournament of the chapter, the Grand, which had a massive prize pool. Knowing that he needed a strong team, Pollo teamed up with 2 new players named Gals and together, they managed to make it all the way to the Grand Finals. Although they only placed 30th, which wasn't a great placement, it marked another milestone for Pollo, as he was now a 2-time Grand Final player. This accomplishment started to draw attention of other pro players, as people began to notice how much Pollo had achieved at just 13 years old. For Pollo, however, this was just the beginning. As Chapter 2 came to an end, Pollo headed into Chapter 3 with even more to prove. With the entirety of Chapter 3 being played in duos, he knew that he needed a reliable teammate. Eventually, he teamed up with another player named Caesar, and the duo performed quite well in their first FNCS together. They made it to the Grand Finals and placed 18th, earning $1,000. Unfortunately, the team didn't last long, and Pollo later teamed up with another player named Zio. Together, Pollo and Zio played quite well through the FNCS qualifiers in Chapter 3 Season 2 and jumped straight into the Grand Finals. However, this season, Pollo's confidence got the better of him, and the two faltered in the grand finals, only managing to place 35th, definitely not good enough for Pollo. But he knew that he and Zio had potential, so he decided to stick together heading into the following season. They improved significantly over the course of that season, ultimately placing 15th and earning Pollo $1,500. With all the ups and downs, Pollo was showing consistency, and even though many didn't know him well at this point, he was slowly and steadily climbing the ladder. On March 5th, Pollo and his duo Defiable placed second in Major 1 for NA West, which wasn't easy for them as they had struggled a lot, but they came out second. Because of this placement, not only did Pollo earn $12,000, but he also started to get more attention from bigger names. This was where Pollo got his first breakthrough, playing with Booga. Although they played only a couple of cash cups together and weren't a long-term duo, Pollo playing with Booga caught everyone's attention. It became clear that this kid had pure talent and the grind to be the best in the future. Though everything seemed to be going Pollo's way, a twist was coming towards him. On February 14, 2023, Epic announced the NA Central server region for Fortnite, meaning NA East and NA West servers would no longer play separately and would instead merge into one NA Central. Pollo's chances didn't look too good heading over to NA Central, where he would play against much more practice and prepared NA East players. But Pollo didn't let this stop him. He put in more time and effort than ever to catch up to the East players. As of now, Pollo was somewhat familiar in the competitive scene, and it wasn't much of a difficulty for him to find a partner, and that partner was Spinks. Settling onto his new duo partner Spinks, the two got right to work. During the FNCS Major 2 Grand Finals, the new duo Pollo and Spinks finished in third place together, earning an incredible $34,000. This was truly a remarkable milestone in Pollo's career. Up until this point, all the money that he had earned over the years of hard work was more than double in just one tournament, and this was only the beginning for him. Because of how well Pollo and Spinks performed in the tournament, they qualified for the FNCS 2023 Global Championship, which was going to be held in Copenhagen, Denmark. Although the duo didn't place as high as they hoped, finishing 16th out of 50 teams was an impressive feat. They were competing against the best players in the entire world and not just a single region, making this an incredible performance by both of them. Even though their performance was strong and the chemistry between Pollo and Spinks was great, they eventually parted ways. The split wasn't due to a lack of teamwork, but rather because of many pros who wanted to team up with Pollo. Seeing this as an opportunity to level up his career, Pollo seized the chance where he received a DM from none other than Peterbot. Peterbot was by far the best fighters in the region, and at this time already had an FNCS title under his belt. Pollo couldn't let this opportunity slip by. The two instantly clicked as a duo, and they quickly picked up a duo cash cup win on December 17, 2023, earning Pollo $1,600. The duo excelled in nearly every aspect. The synergy was perfect combination of calmness and boldness. Pollo brought strategic smart, while Peterbot risk-taking added a new spice to their dynamic, making them an unstoppable duo. The FNCS Major 1 Grand Finals for North America was held on February 25, 2024. The duo had performed relatively well in qualifying rounds, placing 2nd, 84th, 690, 2nd and 2nd. However, since they had only been playing together for a few months, many people were unsure if they could deliver in the finals. Determined to prove themselves, Pollo and Peterbot put in even more effort, quickly becoming not only the best fighters in the region, but possibly in the entire world. They frequently dropped massive 30 or even 50 elimination games in solo cash cups. This incredible fighting ability they developed playing a crucial role in the FNCS Chapter 5 Season 2 performance. Although they didn't snag the first place, the duo secured a second place finish in the NA Grand Finals with 721 points, earning a total of $90,000. Imagine teaming up with a brand new partner and immediately dominating the world of professional Fortnite. For Pollo, the dream had become a reality. With FNCS Major 2 fastly approaching, Pollo and Peterbot were laser focused on securing the top spot. The pair was grinding day and night, preparing themselves for the ultimate showdown. Building off their success in Major 1, Pollo and Peterbot made history in the 2024 season by completing the first ever perfect Cash Cup run, winning all 6 out of 6 duo Cash Cups. Their hard work was paying off, and the results spoke for themselves. On the very first day of the FNCS Major 2, they shattered the record for the highest points ever earned in a single day by any team in the FNCS history. By the end of FNCS Major 2, Pollo and Peterbot not only emerged as champions, but they also made history as a world record holder. With an astounding 1,092 points and 5 wins out of 12 games, they solidified their place at the top of the Fortnite competitive scene. This was an incredible achievement for Pollo, his first FNCS win, with a definite statement that he had arrived along the very best players in the world. But even as they celebrate this monumental win, Pollo and peterbot weren't slowing down. They immediately began to prepare for Major 3, knowing that their journey was far from over. Every day was filled with rigorous practice, but it wasn't without a shade of criticism. Many doubted whether they could repeat their success, as it's rare for anyone to secure back-to-back FNCS wins. Some even claimed that their Major 2 victory was simply a stroke of luck, dismissing their dominance as a fluke. But Pollo and peterbot wasn't phased. They were ready to prove themselves that their triumph was no accident. So there was a whole lot to prove to all the haters that they were truly skilled and belong at the top. The day came for FNCS Major 3, and the first day was a decent one, as the duo placed second behind Clicks and his duo partner Vino. This added extra pressure on peterbot and Pollo, as Clicks never won any FNCS and viewers were rooting for him to secure his first win. But then on day 2, something shocking happened. Peterbot and Pollo absolutely dominated, stunning the entire Fortnite world by securing the first back-to-back FNCS win with a total of 1,092 points, earning themselves a whopping $140,000. This completely changed everyone's perspective on Pollo and peterbot. They quickly became the new favorite duo, with fans believing that they could dominate and even win the global championship. The 2024 FNCS Global Championship was held on Saturday, September 7th and on Sunday, September 8th at Dallas, Texas. The event was split over 2 days with 6 games played each day, and day 1 featured with regular points, while day 2 introduced 1.5x multiplier, meaning the pressure was on the second day. Players were competing for a $2 million prize pool, with the first place winner taking home a massive $400,000. This was surreal for Pollo, who had climbed the competitive ladder to finally reach the global championship stage. Though everything seemed to be going well, there was a constant pressure to perform at his best. Despite the nerves, Pollo and peterbot showed some calmness, perhaps as a strategy to mislead their competitors. On day 1, they dominated, ending the day with 442 points, an impressive 147 points ahead of Thomas and Quasi, who were in the second place. They also racked up 45 eliminations, the highest on the top 10 leaderboard. Day 2 was, however, started rough and full of ups and downs. By the end of the day, only one team was destined to come out at the top. Elimination of Chico, both Pollo and peterbot were crowned as the 2024 global champions.
Chicho standing between them at this point. His third victory royale on the day, but most importantly of all, a global championship.
The undisputed 2024 champion, Pollo, peterbot, taking home in the only way they know how.
Incredible performance solidified their reputation as one of the greatest duos in Fortnite history. After this monumental win, Pollo continued to make waves in the competitive scene. He played with several other pros like Akern or Dukes, winning a couple of Cash Cups. He also recently came in the first place in the Trio Cash Cup with Bowls and Rapids, earning $12,000. Pollo had been engaging with many players recently, building connections and continuing to evolve his gameplay. There were speculations that Pollo had left peterbot and started searching for a better duo partner, giving peterbot's reputation for being loud and toxic as mentioned by several people. However, this was proven false when Pollo, peterbot and Bowls placed 4th in the Trio Cash Cup in NA, confirming that they were still teaming up. Pollo's story has been full of ups and downs, but what stands out to be most is his determination and consistency. His calm nature makes him one of the most dangerous Fortnite pros out there, and his journey serves as an inspiration to many aspiring players.